What's going on, y'all? You guys, please excuse me. I'm in the car, as you can see, and I gotta pay attention to the road, but I wanted to get this out before it got too late. So what's going on? My name is Cherie, if you're not familiar with me, and I'm on my way to my homegirl's house. So that's why I want to get this done before we start, and then before you know it, it got too late and I forgot to upload the video, or I'm too tired. But anyway, let's get into it. Every girl, every daughter needs a father. I'm gonna try to hold this camera. But yeah, every daughter needs a father or a father figure or some type of male protection, male presence in her life to do a few things. I would say to affirm, for sure, to validate, to give permission. And I think I'm going to elaborate on that one in a different video, but most importantly, to feel protected and safe. And I'm going to tell you what sparked this idea for a video. Earlier today, you know, this is just part of married life. Husband did something that I just rolled my eyes, because it's something he and I just think very differently on. And side note, when you get married to somebody, you get married to their trauma, their issues, the stuff that they're still dealing with, stuff they haven't overcame yet, their past that they may have dragged into the present. Like, you're dealing with all of that. So it's certain things that I've been through that my husband hasn't. So my approach and my outlook on certain things and why I do certain things is based off of things that I've been through. And that's just marriage, period. And vice versa. Certain things he's gone through and have experienced, and that's why he is the way he is with me. But anyway, something happened today that was related to all of that. And I didn't understand why he did what he did. I'm not going to get into what he did. But I could tell, like, I was starting to get frustrated, and I can be the type, when I get frustrated, I just get quiet. I get quiet and I get distant, and I don't want to be bothered. Sorry, y'all. Safety first. Some of y'all might be like, well, then don't drive and record. Hey, I'm trying to maximize on my time, y'all. I love you. Bear with me. But yeah, that happened, and it just got me thinking about certain things will happen. I'm sorry if y'all can't see me, or if things have changed. My hand was getting tired. But yeah, certain things will happen that'll just make me think. And today I was just like, you know, it really would have been nice to have had some type of male figure in my life to give me a perspective on Wesley. That's my husband's name. To give me a perspective, to check him out, to be like, because it's different. Men vet men. And I ain't talking about in a gay way, but men analyze like what type of dude a man is in terms of character, patterns, behavior, like all of that stuff. And it's a different perspective simply because they're men. So their approach is a little bit more on a guarded, protective tip. That's where they're coming from. And back to what I introduced myself with, every woman needs that. Every little girl needs that growing up. Every woman. And there were two guys who I wanted to do that with. When Wesley proposed to me, I immediately, well, not immediately, but there were two men who I trusted enough, who loved the Lord, who I believe, like, based off of what I've seen and how long I've known them, like upstanding men that would tell me the truth, and whatever they told me, it would be out of love. And I wanted Wesley to meet these two guys. I'm not going to say their names. And I asked each of them. Each one of them had said yes, but here's what happened. People be busy. People got their own stuff going on. Unexpected stuff happened, and it was one of those situations where one of them, I think the day came for all of us to hang out so that he could meet Wesley, and he called me talking about, Cherie, something happened, something came up, so I can't come, I can't meet up, and we just never rescheduled. It just never got back on track. And then the second one, it was one of those, oh yeah, I'll vet him, yeah, I'll check him out. And it was one of those situations where if it got mentioned again, it was kind of like brushed off to the side, or one of those, oh yeah, I gotta do that, yeah, we gotta do that, and it just never happened. If memory served, like, what I do know for sure is that it was one of those things that just never happened because they had stuff to do. And honestly, I understand to a degree, because it wasn't those two men's job to do that. That's the job of a father. That's the job of a stepfather, if the relationship is there. And there was one guy who I didn't even, for whatever reason, I just didn't even think to ask. A really good friend of mine, and he has a wife as well, so it ain't even like that. But my really good friend was referring to, like, her husband. She was like, Cherie, how come you didn't ask my husband to meet Wesley and all of that before you got married? And I told her I didn't even think to do that. Wasn't even trying to be a diss or nothing like that. But going back to my dad, so if none of y'all know, like, I had a stepdad. He passed away, so God rest him. But as far as my biological father is concerned, it's just not there. As of now, the relationship, it is what it is. And I remember when there's a whole video I need to make on how my dad ended up meeting Wesley and how that whole interaction went. But the long story short is that I didn't get what I wanted and what I believed I needed. And this isn't me trying to knock my dad or be disrespectful to my dad or dishonor my dad or nothing like that. I'm just being honest with you guys. But I don't recall really feeling like that. I don't recall. Every daughter wants their dad to grill the man that they're thinking about marrying. Deep down, every woman wants that. A woman can deny that all she wants. And there's a difference. Of course, there's a difference between, like, if your dad doesn't like no man you bring to the table, if he's just mean and super, like, super domineering to where it's just like you're uncomfortable and no one likes being around him, that's different. But I'm talking about when it comes to a daughter, when a woman brings her fiance to the table to meet her dad, something in her, something in all of us wants their dad to be super protective of us. We want, kind of going back to the permission, every daughter wants their dad to give permission to marry this man, because this is the man that's going to be doing what the dad should have been doing up until now, which is covering, protecting, providing, making secure, safe, all of that stuff. You guys have to forgive me. I'm switching hands because this one keeps getting tired. But yeah, every woman wants that. And the relationship with my dad is what it is, and I can say for me, I didn't necessarily experience that. And the same thing for my stepdad. I don't know if it was just my stepdad was just finally happy I met somebody halfway decent. So he was just like, yeah, great. Like I met him and like I like him, and then that's it. There was never any questioning. There was never any, you know what, come here, man. Let's take a walk. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go grab a drink or something like that. And there was never no one-on-one time with any of them, with my biological dad or my stepdad. There was never no, hey, sir, let me step outside and talk to you to make sure that you're going to do a good job when you marry my daughter. That's what every daughter wants. Y'all, I'm sorry about this lighting, but this is just what it is right now. Being in this sun. And I hope you guys can see me. But yeah, so I want to encourage any woman that might be watching this. Two things. Find somebody. Find some man that you trust enough. A brother in Christ. A pastor. An uncle. A cousin. Somebody that you trust enough. And preferably he's saved. You know what I mean? But you know, if you make the best out of what you got. And just get some perspective. Get that, I don't know what to necessarily call it, but I think the man, whoever you're considering marrying, needs to see that you have some backup. You got a man in your corner who will come to your defense if he tries anything. I think that's important, and I'm probably going to make a video on that. It's just, we're just different. Just like how men need respect, women need security. And that security, yeah, it's about money, but it's also about feeling safe. And that's that whole cliche saying of women, good girls like bad boys. I don't think it's that. I don't think women like bad boys. I sure don't. Because when you think about it, who really wants to be with a dude that's in jail? If you want to be with the dude that's in jail, you really don't want a man around. You don't. And I say that with love, but that's the truth. So it's not that women like bad boys. Women just want to feel safe. And a lot of times, it seems like the facade is that the men that are labeled as bad, they're bad because they were doing something that represented strength. They're bad because, you know, maybe they hurt somebody, or maybe they did something that represented courage and boldness and fortitude, like all that stuff, all of those masculine traits that represent strength. That's what a woman wants. It's not necessarily that women want somebody that's been locked up. So I wanted to put that out there again to encourage, if you're a young lady watching, or if you're any age watching, and you're a woman, if you ain't got nobody, pray for God to send you somebody, a man, to really analyze and look at this man that you're considering spending the rest of your life with. And obviously the Holy Spirit will give you revelation and things that you need to see. He will. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to we already at 14 minutes. I'm trying not to make this video expediently long, but yeah, I'm probably not gonna edit. If I do, I'm probably gonna upload and then take it down and upload it with the edited version. But right now, I just wanted to post something for today so I can have something up. But this was also on my mind, so legit. I hope this helps you guys. So go ahead, subscribe, like, and comment. Just be respectful if you do. I love y'all, and I'll see you again.